we will. Ain't we just funnin' here? He kicked at something in the dirt, bent forward slightly, then put his hands on his massive thighs, a lazy smile spreading across his fat face. She relaxed her guard for just a second, which is when the fat man reached down, scooped up the rock, and threw it at her. It was a baseball-sized rock, and it hit her right in the solar plexus. She doubled over with a painful woof, and he was on her in a flash, grabbing the hand with the pepper spray and whipping it around behind her back while he twisted her arm. She yelled with the pain and tried to escape, but he had her pinned hard. She could feel the mat of his beard against her neck and smell the sweat on him. He grabbed her other arm, pulling it behind her, and then kicked her feet out from under her, dropping her to the ground on her knees. He pushed her right down onto her face. While she was spitting out pine needles, he pulled both her wrists together behind her and tied them with something, and then he reached under her, undid her belt, and yanked her uniform pants down around her ankles. He stood up and planted one heavy boot on her back. She tried to move her face, but he put his considerable weight on that one foot, and she got the message. She lay still, her left cheek plastered to the ground. "Looky here, Will," the fat man said softly. "Ain't that a pretty sight, though? Drawers like that. Wonder why she bothers, huh?" The thin man spoke for the first time. "Leave her be and get on that rope," he said. The fat man took his foot away and knelt down on one knee beside her. While one meaty hand fondled the back of her panties, the other grasped her hair. "You stay right there, kitten," he said softly. "'Cause if'n you so much as twitch, I'll come back over here and kick your teeth right down your throat. You hearin' me?" She didn't say anything. He jerked her hair. "You hear?" She grunted a yes, and he stood up. He kicked the black pepper spray canister away from her and went to get his end of the rope. She watched him pull tension back into it. She heard a commotion in the truck and turned her head just in time to see the thin man push his prisoner off the tailgate and into the air. They had left no slack in the rope, so she knew that the victim was not going to die of a mercifully broken neck. She closed her eyes, but could not shut out the sounds of the old man grunting and gargling frantically while he kicked the air. The coils of chain clinked in time to his frantic struggles. After what seemed like forever, it stopped, and she opened her eyes. The prisoner was dangling under the tree, his legs splayed and motionless, a few tantalizing inches above the ground, his bulging eyes and black tongue protruding from a plum-red face. The fat man, who had been standing on the end of the rope while their prisoner strangled, stepped back and dropped the body onto the dirt. The thin man jumped down from the bed of the pickup and removed the noose. "What about this one?" the fat man asked, walking over to where the probationer lay in the dirt. "This is damn prime." "Business before pleasure," Weaselface said. "Help me get his ass in the lake." But the big man had other ideas. She could almost feel him staring hungrily at her exposed limbs. "Shit, Will, I ain't going nowhere. Right now, I'm going to tear me off a piece of this right here." "God damn it, Lee! Grinny'll kick your ass. You mess with—" "Don't have to know now, does she?" Lee said, his voice thickening. He straddled her lower legs and knelt down. When she felt his weight, she tried to lunge forward like a fish in the grass. He smacked her solidly on the back of her head, momentarily stunning her. When she felt him tugging at his overalls, she tried again to wiggle out from under him. She felt that big paw coming down again, and this time she saw stars, and then nothing. Chapter 1. The uniformed park ranger looked up from his newspaper. "You're Lieutenant Richter," he said with a frown. "That's right," I said, "except for the lieutenant part. I'm not with the sheriff's office anymore." The ranger gave me a stony look, as if this news somehow made my appearance there worse. "I'll tell her you're here," he said curtly. He got up from behind the visitor's information counter and walked over to an office door. He paused before opening it. "You're not exactly welcome up here, you know." I just waited. The ranger gave me another hard look. I debated quailing in the presence of such ferocity, but yawned instead. He then went into the office, shutting the door behind him. Truth be told, I hadn't exactly expected a marching band and festive bunting upon my first visit to the 30-mile ranger station since the cat dancer's case. But that had been 2 years ago, and I had almost managed to bury those events in my moving-on box. Almost. The station hadn't changed a bit. The unfriendly park ranger was a new face, so whatever he knew about it he'd been told by others. They'd been furious then because I'd put Mary Ellen Good